Now, for many couples who want to conceive, seeking the help of a sperm donor is sometimes a necessary step. But two men have made it their mission to help couples skip a sperm bank by offering their services directly. The pair, one from the US and the other from Australia, are planning a tour here, and we're joined this morning by one of them, Kyle Gordy, who joins us from Washington, DC. Good morning, Kyle.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Can I ask, how many children have you fathered now?
Currently, it's over 40 kids, but I keep track of all of them, and there's a little group chat with all the moms, and also they're spread out around the world. So the world is a big place.
And do you call them your children?
Some of them. It just depends on what the mom feels comfortable with. Every situation's up to the mom.
You're doing I'll come back to that a little bit later on, but you're doing a donation tour of New Zealand a little bit later on with Adam, the man I mentioned from Australia. What does that mean? What are you doing a tour of or for?
Pretty much we're just coming to Australia to help women in need. There is a 3-year waiting list, and I think it's disheartening to know that some women may miss out on motherhood because of this waiting list. So we both had it in our hearts to feel, hey, I think we could fill that gap and help some women out become parents.
Why don't you help the clinics by joining up and being a sperm donor with the clinics?
Well, the clinics are very anonymous, and I never would go to a clinic that was anonymous because I would want the children to know me. And with this way, it feels more personal, so the women are actually able to talk to me, get to know me, and they also have the chance of the child meeting me at any point in time.
Right, because the law here is actually that it's donor anonymity is not legal in New Zealand anymore. Do you make money or charge for being a sperm donor?
I don't make any money doing this, although I do try to get travel costs covered sometimes. New Zealand, I'm actually covering my own trip, but of course, if there's women that are willing to help out with travel costs, they would take priority. So
what is your motivation? Is your motivation to help couples have a child, or is your motivation to travel the world on people's costs who fund your costs?
Well, it's about helping the woman out, but like I said before, I'm also covering the New Zealand tour myself. Like I said, no one has to pay me. If they do want to help out with travel costs, like give 100 here and there, that's fine. But if not, I would cover it myself. But the real goal is to help women out that are struggling to have a child. What
ethical considerations do you give to the fact that you've got, as you say, more than 40 children around the world now?
Well, I would say if you go to a sperm bank, at least in America, a lot of the times the people there, the donors there, or the doctors have over 100 kids. And with myself, all the moms know each other. We have a group chat, and they're spread out vastly across the world, Europe, Mexico, and the United States.
So if some of those children you keep in touch with, as you say you do, what happens when they perhaps want you to be more of a father figure and you're not able to give that commitment because you have so many children around the world?
Well, I try my best. It's really up to the moms. Most moms don't want me actively involved, but we do give picture updates. But any of the moms that do want me involved, I'm happy to be involved as much as possible and whatever time permits.
Do you ever give any thought to what they might think when they're older and perhaps discover that they have 50 or more siblings around the world?
Well, usually the concerns are with sperm banks, but typically, since I'm donating to women privately, directly, that is not really so much of a concern because all the children get to know each other and they're able to meet me. So there's not so much of a big concern within donor-conceived children in my case.
Kyle Grinders has a question.
I'm just listening to this, and I have to be careful how I word the question because it's breakfast television. Do you do this via relations or not via relations?
95% of the time it's in a cup, and the other times it's relations, but I leave it up to the mothers to decide what they want to do. Majority of the time.
Kyle, do you ever have people telling you that this seems a bit creepy?
Obviously every time there's going to be haters or people that dislike something that they don't believe in, but I just tell them, I'm helping women start families, and, some women would miss out on that opportunity if it wasn't for me in some cases. So That's all I could really say to them, but I respect their opinions.
Our clinics here have said that they've warned people who are considering going with a sperm donor that what you are offering is unsafe because there aren't the checks in terms of quality and in terms of infection. What do you say to that?
Well, I get regular STD tests, and I have genetic testing, and I have a semen analysis available. And I've also taken STD tests in front of people. They have home STD tests now. So if they want that and they want to feel more comfortable, I'm more than happy to do that in any case. Sperm
donor Kyle Gordy, thanks very much. And unfortunately, we were meant to be joined by Adam from Australia, who is joining Kyle. We had some technical difficulties in being able to get him up.